What is food insecurity? Food insecurity is the lack of access to consistent nutritious meals. In 2021, nearly 2.3 billion people worldwide were unable to find sufficient healthy food to meet their basic needs. Over the past couple of years, this population has risen by nearly 350 million people due to unexpected inflation in the price of food resulting from factors including the COVID-19 pandemic and the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. These economic hardships continue to put pressure on families that were already struggling to make ends meet, and there is no relief in sight. The US Department of Agriculture predicts that the demand for nutritious, healthy food will increase around 70 to 100% by the year 2050. If the supply of food cannot keep up with this demand, there will be an accompanying surge in the food insecure population. Working to combat the crisis, global organizations like the World Bank support low and middle income countries financially to bolster their food supply as well as politically to improve the resilience in their food systems. However, there is a substantial, under-recognized food security problem within our own borders. According to Feeding America, a hunger relief organization that runs food banks in every county in the United States, as of 2023, nearly 34 million people are food insecure. While national organizations like Feeding America are attempting to solve this problem on a countrywide scale, individuals can make significant impacts in their own communities. Take the example of Hope's Corner in Mountain View, California. A small group of individuals noticed that many people in their community were having trouble finding affordable meals, especially on the weekends. This group started working with a local church to offer free hot meals on Saturdays to anyone who came in. Now, 12 years later, this mostly volunteer-run organization distributes hundreds of meals every week through a walk-in program and also delivers hot meals and groceries free of charge to residents of surrounding RV parking areas. Tracy Wallace, the program manager at Hope's Corner, has been working with the food insecure population for many years. She has seen firsthand the impact that food insecurity can have on people, both young and old.
Food insecurity is the occasional or constant lack of access to the food necessary to support your healthy life. It is estimated that 1 in 5 Californians suffer from food insecurity either occasionally or constantly. That's 8 million people. Over 1 million of those people are children. Food insecurity affects someone all day, every day. It affects their ability, their mental ability, their ability to function. It causes anxiety and depression, and it makes people make difficult decisions like, am I gonna put gas in my car to get to work or buy some groceries, or makes people skip their medicine because they don't have enough for both.
While there are many reasons that individuals are not able to obtain nutritious meals, Ms. Wallace has seen several situations that commonly result in financial hardship leading to a lack of food.
The cause of food insecurity is pretty complex and differs from person to person, but the 3 major causes are low income, unemployment, lack of affordable housing, and chronic medical conditions. Either people don't make enough money to buy adequate food, people are using all of their money for housing and they don't have enough for healthy food, or they're having to pay for medical bills and medicine and don't have enough left for food.
Unbeknownst to many, a large percentage of the food insecure population consists of the growing number of Americans over the age of 60 or 65, depending on the study. The statistics are staggering.
So we are seeing about 60% of our clientele are 65 years and over, and the rest, whether 40%, are adults.
According to Feeding America, in 2020, Over 5 million seniors over the age of 60 experienced food insecurity. This number reflects an increase of over 1.5 million people compared to just 20 years ago. Within this group of individuals is a struggling subgroup of seniors who are dependent on others to bring them food in order to survive. A 2021 study done by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Economic Research Service, or USDA-ERS, found that around 8% of households contain food-insecure homebound seniors. In California alone, 24% of the 39 million residents are adults over the age of 60. Currently, just over 1.5 million of those elderly citizens live alone, and around 1 million are low income, placing them at high risk for food insecurity. With the current state of high inflation and rising food costs, food insecurity within this population will only continue to worsen. Fortunately, there are organizations that are taking on the challenge of making sure that our seniors have access to nutritious food. At Peninsula Volunteers Incorporated in San Mateo, California, homebound seniors are receiving healthy meals delivered directly to their homes by volunteers. According to Artemis Rong, the Chief Operating Officer at Peninsula Volunteers Incorporated, one problem she sees in our community is a lack of awareness about the issue.
I think really is creating awareness. I think when we think about food insecurity, we automatically think third world country. But in fact, in our very own country, there are so many people that is experiencing hunger that we are not aware of.
One of the major challenges in working with the homebound senior population is that most of them live on fixed incomes and cannot afford healthy food.
Prior to the pandemic, food insecurity has already been around, and after the pandemic, they were more restricted. They couldn't go out, they couldn't afford meals, and then now with inflation, everything's just costing way more. I mean, you go to the grocery store, you come out with a bag, and it's costing no less than $100 or so. Yeah.
Additionally, many within the elderly community have complicated dietary requirements due to health conditions, which makes their meals a challenge.
So because we're partially funded by the county, we have to follow a set of guidelines. So low sodium, heart healthy food. We're made them from scratch.
While these small local organizations work hard to fulfill the needs of these high-risk groups within their communities, they are limited by the resources available to them. Many of the groups are volunteer-run and rely entirely on donations and grants to keep their doors open.
So we are a nonprofit, and so we receive partial funding from the federal government, San Mateo County Aging and Adult Services. However, our cost is about $16 to $17 per meal. County funds about $10 to $12 per meal, and with that gap, we ask for the community to help. There's organizations like Facebook, Amazon, who we write grants and donations, just general donations from the public.
The need for nutritious food, however, often outpaces what they can provide. Many people know that food insecurity is a global crisis, but as stated in these reports, the lack of regular access to nutritious food is a local issue as well. During my time volunteering at a local food kitchen, I've gotten to know so many individuals living close to me who are unable to make ends meet without the help of others. One day, I met a couple that has a difficult time keeping their young children housed and fed. Despite having full-time jobs, they still rely on weekly food distributions and free hot meals to keep nutritious food on the table. I met a senior citizen who lives out of his car. He stops by the food kitchen every Saturday for a hot cup of coffee, some warm, nutritious food, and an hour or two of friendly conversation. I even talked with a senior widower who, when left alone suddenly, with no way to provide food for himself, became dependent on affordable meal delivery services to allow him to continue to age in place. These are just a few examples of the many faces of food insecurity. Take a look around, and you will see faces like these in your own community. People who rely on the help of others for some of their most basic needs. And there are so many ways for someone to help. You could volunteer your time at a local soup kitchen or donate resources to support their missions. You could become a volunteer driver for a meal delivery service, taking meals to homebound seniors and providing them with a daily dose of human contact. Or, if there is no food kitchen in your community, you could work with others to start one, just like the group who started Hope's Corner did for their community. Remember, you have the power to make a difference. By coming together, raising awareness, and taking action, we can ensure that everybody can secure the nutritious food they need to thrive. Let this be a call to action for all of us to work together to create a future where all people have access to enough quality food to live an active, healthy life. If you would like to learn more about how you can make a difference, go to www.usda.gov/topics/food and nutrition/food security.